Welcome to the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival. This month-long food festival draws visitors from all over the globe every year and is acknowledged internationally as one of the world's greatest gourmet experiences. Throughout the month, the nation's premier restaurants create their own individual special festival menus. These are offered at special festival prices to encourage as wide a range of diners as possible, both new and old, to sample the food.
The main thing is that during the festival, people know that is the time when you really can get something special. But it's a platform that you can build on ad infinitum.
Fine dining adds glamour and adds sophistication to Malaysia's tourism industry. Our fine dining is actually quite different from other fine dining because we have the fusion of Malaysia to Asia in our fine dining. So you find now Malay food now as part of fine dining and very much Malaysian Chinese food as part of fine dining. So Malaysia is just perfect place for fine dining.
So one of the things we did was came up with a festival format, which was a festival menu. So the whole thing had been taken care of with a festival price, festival offers for diners, and then people could come along, bring their friends, they knew exactly what they were in for, and that way we educate people as to the whole process. MIGF started mainly because of an initiative by the restaurants themselves. We have this magazine called Vision KL, and about 12-13 years ago we did a feature called The Gourmet Club, and it was very, very popular. In those days hardly anybody used to dine out, and our magazine, our story was very, very popular. But then after that we found that in reality that the restaurants weren't doing very well at all. Quite frankly, there was a big need to do something about it. And then these restaurants came to us and said, what can we do? And we came up with the idea of the festival. So that's how it started.
Let's take a look behind the scenes to find out why and how, over 10 years since 2001, the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival has become one of Malaysia's best-known international events and a major tourist draw card for the country.
And what I like about the MIGF is that it's something that's very difficult to organize, but somehow they manage it. You have to get the hotels together, you got to have the GMs all to agree, you got the chef, and they are not easy to get a chef to work together and to get it promoted.
It's brought everybody together. We sort of tend to work in silos sometimes, and I think what has happened here is that everybody has come together as passionate believers in fine food and cuisine and service to present themselves in a very special way.
The MIGF Royal Patron Tunku Nakiuddin took some time off to share with Andrea Fonseca his role in the festival.
So please tell us more about your role as the Royal Patron in the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival.
Well, I'm the patron, or the Royal Patron, if you like, of the MIGF since inception, and I'm very proud to be associated with it. Like any patron, you sort of don't get involved with the nitty-gritty, but you get involved with the issues and the sense of direction.
So what is the one thing you look forward to when you sit down at a gourmet restaurant?
The first thing I look for is the service. I think the waiters and waitresses must be very attentive. All that reflects on the organization. Of course, ambience can change at every instance, and we do give them some advice. For example, maybe this particular dining experience may have a certain theme, so they dress the restaurant according to the theme,
So as the Royal Patron to MIGF, what is your biggest expectation for the festival?
So fine dining, I think, is my expectation, that everything must meet the highest of international standards. And as a result of that, all the restaurants have actually come together to deliver that. There's a sense of competition, There's a sense of meeting the standards. We have our people visiting there regularly, and they know we are watching them. And every time I go to that restaurant, even outside of the Gourmet Festival, they think I'm judging them.
Arriving right behind me to officiate the media launch of the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival. The choppers are carrying our VIPs, YB Datuk Sri Dr. Ng Yen Yen, Minister of Tourism, Dr. Steve Day, Organising Chairperson of MIGF, and our Master Chefs of the festival. Just like fine dining, execution is everything.
In true festival spirit, the Minister was presented with the very first copy of the Festival Preview magazine as the media launch gets underway.
And what was it about MIGF that caught the Ministry of Tourism's eye?
We have seen the capability, the ability to harness the cooperation of the chefs and the restaurants to come together. It's not easy to have all the chefs to come, and everybody wants his or hers to be best, but the organizers have that ability to provide leadership, and that's why it took our attention, and we felt they were a good partner to us.
Any structured festival brings focus, where normally individual outlets can promote themselves individually, but when it's collective, it can make a much bigger noise. But when you have 30 great outlets together, it truly demonstrates that KL can be a gourmet destination for tourists. So I think that's a great thing for the industry.
Well, the first thing we had to do was identify why the restaurants weren't doing well. And the reason the restaurants weren't doing well is because locals preferred hawker food. So the main challenge was, I think, educating our local Malaysians that they could eat in our restaurants. It was reasonably priced, but it was an experience in itself.
Well, I think it's raised the awareness about fine dining in Malaysia. I mean, Malaysia is known for hawker food. This gives an opportunity to all the freestanding restaurants and hotels, to feature, another element of fine dining.
The Minister proudly announced the festival's overall theme, Magical Chefs, and the formalities ended with the Master Chefs offering a tasty preview of dishes from their festival menus.
First and foremost, I think we were the first country in the region really to start the type of festival that we have. We base our festival around local chefs. When I say local chefs, are locally resident chefs. They can be Malay, Chinese, Indian, Eurasian, Malaysians, but they can also be from Germany, France, England, India, China, everywhere. So our festival master chefs, as we call them, are resident. And you know that if you dine during the festival, you can get that all year round.
In the lead up to the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival, Epicure Malaysia, the country's leading lifestyle fair, sponsored exclusively by Maxis, was opened by the inimitable Chef Wan, Malaysia's celebrated TV personality.
Epicure Festival, to my mind, is a beautiful way to join all these dots and to create a wonderful story around wellness. And I'm very glad that such a thing has been put under one roof, and there are seminars happening on health, there's seminars happening on fitness. I think that is really the future of our society.
Our job and our function as a company in the society is not just connecting people, it's putting the right content in contact with the right people.
Anyone who is anyone will be taking their photo right here on the VIP red carpet photo wall.
More than 2,000 of the country's who's who gathered in the grand ballroom of the Sunway Convention Centre for one of Malaysia's most spectacular events, the gala launch of Malaysia International Gourmet Festival.
Well, I think Malaysia has a huge head start. I mean, you've got the natural diversity that's here already. So, you know, not many people can, or not many countries, I think, can offer the diversity that Malaysia has with cuisine.
Eating is about filling your tummy, and dining is an experience. And part of the experience is the ambience. Now, if you have a look around, the hall is dimly lit with candles everywhere.
Gourmet Festival in general has the opportunity for Malaysian fine dining restaurants to come together and to use this platform unitedly to make an impact on the local market but also on the international market. Obviously united efforts are the strongest, so we're using this one as an opportunity as well to make ourselves together with other fine dining restaurants known to a wider audience.
Very exciting actually, you know, to do something like this. You need 3 recipes basically. You need passion, confidence and a good heart to make this happen.
It's sophisticated enough to be offering fine dining. But the other thing is, it's not just local cuisine. We need to offer MICE visitors, tourists, a variety of cuisines like you get in every capital in the world.
Now a festival tradition, each of the 30 master chefs supervised their individual restaurant stations. Guests were treated to an exquisite array of gourmet samples from the chefs' festival menus, followed by a spectacular party.
The gala launch is winding down, but the heat has just gone way up.
During the Gourmet Festival, we do have what we call dine-around dinners. And the reason we have them is that the best way of promoting restaurants is not just what you take by mouth, but word of mouth, when you talk to people. And if we can get the most influential people in town getting that buzz around town about our food, about our restaurants, that's better than anything.
Dine-around dinners are now firm festival happenings and comprise of visits to the festival restaurants by the connoisseurs to judge the festival menu.
For the first time in this 10 years history of the MIGF, we participated with 3 restaurants this year. We participated every year since its inception. I have seen fantastic restaurants emerge. So surely, because the bar is always raised every year and the standard of the cuisine goes up with that. So this kind of events help raising the standard. So I would say Malaysia has fantastic restaurants, great value for money and a spread of offers which you can't really find nowhere else.
I think MIGF puts a lot of focus on the chefs in KL and allows us to stand out rather than hotels, restaurants or a little outlet.
You need to have a standard. You need to have I would say a World Cup almost. And what the Gourmet Festival has done is created that standard. Every year, for example, this festival menu I told you about, what happens with that festival menu, each year the chefs try to top it. They've got to come up with something a bit better. And they make some wonderful creations. And a lot of them, obviously, with Malaysian themes, right? We're using our Malaysian cuisines, our Malaysian products, and of course it's cooked and served by our Malaysian personnel in the restaurants.
Chefs are talking to each other. We are getting to see what everybody is doing, so we're getting new ideas.
I'm really enjoying it. I really liked it, the meeting the other chefs and kind of finding out what the Malaysian dining scene was about was a great opportunity. I mean, this provided me more chance to see people in the first month than I probably would have in my first year.
But more importantly, it helps to make everybody instill some pride in what they do. And that pride translates to a higher bar or in terms of excellence and quality.
If we have fine dining, we have a complete product. And we should aim to be offering a complete product. So for every event, for every function, for every need, we will have something suitable, something tailor-made. And it will raise the local talent as well, right? If the local talent has the opportunity to grow in fine dining, they grow internationally.
By having these festivals year in year out, and we have actually placed it on the map that Malaysia is also a very good place for food. So we must make sure that we really enhance our standards. The only way we can do it fast to introduce this place is through this annual gourmet festival.
Food connects, and if you think about it over the festival, who we've connected in town. You just take, say, the diplomatic community, the ambassadors, people like that. They just used to go to diplomatic functions. Now they attend our dinners and they get to know the business community. But throughout the whole of the festival, for me, the biggest pleasure has been getting to know the backroom teams. From the chef to the kitchen people to the people who run the restaurants. These are the guys with the passion.
Tonight, we're taking a culinary break. We are at Neo Tamarind for the Style Rocks party. We take a little break with music, drinks, and a lot of style with the best crowd in KL.
Style Rocks is a festival-related celebration that bears testament to the unbreakable bond that exists between fine food and high fashion.
You know, we work a lot with models, beautiful people, and many times it's only about customers, and this one is about customers and all the people that also work behind the scenes. That's very important for the whole industry.
A glitzy, ritzy affair, Style Rocks was attended by the fashionistas of Kuala Lumpur society.
What are you wearing tonight?
Oh, my pants is from Kebali, and then I have I can't even pronounce some Yanko Ferrero. Minta maaf orang kampung ni kan. And then my vest here Armani, and the best part I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I got so bloated up from all my months of travel, I can't even button my vest. Look at this, look at this. So style or not, rock or not, I'm going to make the evening rock. Rock, chef, rock.
Glamour and gourmets apart, Style Rocks firmly placed Kuala Lumpur in the company of world style capitals such as New York, London, Paris, and Tokyo.
It's finally here, the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival 2010 Grand Finale celebration.
Festival Grand Finale time featured fireworks, a fabulous entrance by the VIPs in Maserati luxury cars, and rousing performances to herald the fantastic evening ahead. Over 2,000 guests, again a veritable who's who of Malaysian society, assembled at the famous surf pool of Sunway Lagoon Water Park to celebrate the conclusion of a decade of the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival. Organising chairman Dato Steve Day surprised everyone with a daredevil high-wire entry across the water. Magically appearing on the stage to greet the assembled glitterati of Malaysia.
Every one of you who loves food, welcome here to the 10th anniversary of the Malaysia International Gourmet Festival. Let the celebrations begin!
But, without doubt, the highlight was the official awards ceremony, in which 11 prestigious MIGF awards are presented to reward the chefs' hard work and celebrate their culinary achievements during the month.
We would like to tell the world that Malaysia not only has the world's oldest rainforest, the world's most beautiful islands, but we are as sophisticated as any other cities in the world that we have the best gourmet dining experience.
It is a passion that all of us should indulge in. Because if you eat well, if you feel good eating well, generally the well-being of living is there.
Throughout the fabulous evening, the festival spirit was sustained by the Wow Factor musical act. And those gathered agreed. This was yet another night to remember in yet another unforgettable Malaysia International Gourmet Festival.
At the end of the day, it's going to be how individual restaurants differentiate themselves. We are just the main body that promotes it, but inside of that, we are giving a platform for the whole country to do something. There's nothing to stop any crazy idea happening during that gourmet festival. And I think that it's a platform that's been created, and it's been done gradually. It's award-winning. It's throughout, we won that PADA Gold Award, but as I say, we've also 95 million worldwide hits. There's a lot that can be done with it, and a lot of things you can build on this platform.
Don't miss Malaysia International Gourmet Festival 2011, running from the 1st to the 31st of October.